morning, I suppose, beautiful people. It's 2:45 in the morning. I just wanted to have a little ramble, really. Maybe to go on Rachel's Ramble series on IGTV. But I just wanted to do a little bit of a talk about mental health. And I thought maybe I could share with you a post I wrote, 2018, August. And if you know me, you know I write for England. So this post that I uploaded was actually across 3 posts, and I will link them in the description here in case you want to read them or whatever. But I thought I'd share it with you anyway, because sometimes concentration's hard if you're flaring, you don't want to sit and read. Maybe you shouldn't listen to a video if you can put up with my voice, so I'll just read it and we'll go from there. So the first photo looks like this, and it says, "I'm not okay," and the other one says, "That's okay." The picture then says, "No one has the right to tell you that their life is harder than yours. No one has the right to invalidate your struggles because they've got through it just fine. No one has the right to tell you to suck it up because other people have it worse." Most hated thing for anybody to say. "Hardships are not comparable. Your struggles are real, legitimate, and just as difficult as anybody else's." And what I wrote with that is this. Bear with. "Let us honour the precious individuals we have lost to the angels by making change happen. Enough is enough. Please reach out when you're not feeling great, and reach out when you notice a change in someone. End this stigma on mental health. We are all human. Be the good in this world by sticking together. One smile, one wave, one hello. Just 1 second of kindness can save a life, and it will change everything. Slowly but surely. I know when you're struggling, the last thing you want to do is reach out. And trust me, from experience, I know that. I've often felt like I either couldn't explain what the hell was going on in my head, or that it was too petty. I didn't want to burden anyone, and whilst I had a group of people I could have easily gone to, I didn't know who when it come down to it, and truthfully I didn't want to either. It's a confusing, suffocating and dark place to be in, but believe me when I say, letting someone in any shape or form will be the bravest, greatest thing you ever do. You do not have to be alone, nor should you have to be. No matter how much you may tell yourself otherwise. We all face similar battles, just in different ways. We are human. And shit happens. Excuse my French. Whether you know the reasons behind your feelings or not, it is okay to not be okay. Just be sure to know and remember that it is also okay to find the light at the end of the tunnel again, to come back stronger than ever before. What I'm about to say may appear odd, and I know everyone experiences mental health differently, but this is from my experience and of others that I've connected with too. So mental health, for me, depression part in particular, I've got OCD, anxiety, depression, a lot of disordered eating thoughts, but for this post I was talking about the depression in particular. It can become a comfort in a way, and when you're so far into it, you can end up fearing a reality without it. You go from being willing to do anything to get rid of this dark being that's taken over, to fearing what you would be or feel without it. You tell yourself not one thing could possibly help you, but when things get easier for a while, you freak out and don't know how to deal with it, as what previously encompassed your whole being has been lifted. Everything you worked hard for, so socially, educational, work, has likely been destroyed because of your mental health, so you're left with what? And that's when permanent decisions are unfortunately made. So that's the end of my first post. Each one carries on to the next. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. It's quite reading it out loud. Gets quite deep, but I hope you can follow me with it. So yeah, what I was saying, what I just said, it's you can be left with nothing, and it could be scary when you felt low for so long to imagine a life without that, so it can become a comfort, which is so hard to explain, but it's the ugly truth and harsh reality of it. But let me tell you, there is another way. It is okay to begin to overcome it and gain control again, to break free from unhealthy comforts and or your life of limbo safely. I'm so happy I wrote this next bit. It won't be as lonely as dealing with mental health in silence is, that's for sure. And I think that's something to remember. Not easy, but I reread it and I thought, go girl, that's not bad. So, it doesn't matter how you begin a conversation. It doesn't matter what it's about. It's the starting that matters. There is no right or wrong way. Whether you address your struggles or have a random chat about any damn thing in the world, it and you are all good. Anything and everything is okay. Just make that step and be proud of yourself. No one needs me to preach BS about how everything will get better within seconds, because we know it won't. But what I can tell you is that you're going to live to be part of many greater things. People often say live for the moment as you don't know what's around the corner. Well, what about the fact that you also do not know? The fact that you don't know you're also close to something great. We all focus so much on how things can change quickly for the worse, but what about for the better? You do not know what awesome things await you around the next corner, and you owe it to yourself to find out. After all, there is a reason you were put on this planet. A reason you're at whatever point you are in your life, reading my post or watching this video, or feeling the way you do. So there's no better time than the present to work towards finding out what that reason may be. Using negative experience for positive is a powerful motivator. Your feelings are valid, you are significant, and you are enough. It's time that we all come together to support one another and not tear one another down. To figure out our purpose and to realise we actually all have been in this boat before, at least once, in some shape or form. There is zero shame in our struggles. Having faith in your strength and sheer ability to go on is a pretty good start to me. Then watch as your purpose begins to fall into place and make sense. You've made it this far. The irony is I'm just talking about making it this far and the post closed on me. I know it's about not backing down. Hang on. Technical glitch. It's the world's way of saying, pull yourself together. I'm joking. You don't have to. I'll ugly cry, I don't care. Right, sorry, here it is. This is the end of the second post. You've made it this far, don't back down now. Surviving 100% of your bad days so far is badass, so keep it up. And with that post I had this little image that says, you do not need to be at your lowest to get help, which I think is something really important. We always think, oh no, I'm not bad enough, I don't need that help, like, what's the point, you know, you don't have to be in turmoil to get help. And also, you wake up every morning to fight the same demons that left you so tired the night before, and that, my love, is bravery. So, if you're still here, thank you. We're on the last one, I promise. So, this is just a little... This is helpline, so like I said, if you just go to the link on here, post 3, and you need to find some of that help, it's there. So, last caption. Let this be your sign to hold on for one more day, one more night, and then continue for another and another after that, like I know you can. Celebrate your little victories, for they are still victories. And yes, getting through the day is a victory worthy of a pat on the back, a smile, a victory dance. Totally up to you. I won't judge. Send me a random emoji if you don't know how to begin conversation, or anything that's quick to type and send before you change your mind. Now by this I mean I can get tempted to message somebody that I'm struggling when I'm really low, and then when it gets to it I don't even know where to start. I panic, I freak, I shut down, and then I don't even bother. I just delete it and don't send it. So I quite like the idea of, you know, even if you just send blah, 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 just go send, you know, whatever, an emoji, you know, that's a way to start the conversation. Likewise, you or anyone can call suicide prevention on 116 1123 or email Jo, which is JO, at Samaritans.org. Both are 24 hours a day. Like I said, there's more contacts on there if you want to have a look. I've lost dear friends and an ex-partner through suicide, and I've attempted myself in the past, which is something I've never really admitted to anyone until now, apart from to my physio and close family. Something I naturally kept quiet, most probably out of fear of the hate I may receive or it being twisted by someone, which is wrong. I will not be silenced because it's contributing to and costing lives. I am no longer ashamed of my battles. And why? Because I'm proud of me. Whilst I swore I'd never be happy that I woke up that morning, I in fact am very happy. Grateful even for having a second chance. Yeah, I sometimes struggle, but the greatness outweighs the bad. And it's important to recognise we still do have struggles, and that's okay. But there are a lot of good things going on too. Even with physical adversities mounting up, I'm discovering so much about the world and myself as I grow, and I know this is the only the beginning. Thought someone was coming in then. There's something out there for everyone, but you've got to be here to be able to grab hold of it. One act of kindness can make somebody's shitty world a little less shitty. And believe me, 1 second actions are very powerful. So in all that you do, make sure consideration, hope and kindness leads, no matter who you are. Here's to not backing down, you fierce fighters. In unity, there is strength. So that was the end of my third post. If you listened all the way, thank you. If you're struggling, just take this as a note that you're not the only one laying there, sitting there, screaming out alone. And I know that doesn't take your pain away, but there are people that want to help. And there are people that have thought they're not going to make it through, or thought it was worth it, myself included. And they have, and they're here to say, you can do it too, because you deserve to. You know, you deserve to find all those great things that are out there that you haven't even heard about, learned, explored, adventured, whatever the word is. You know, just keep going every hour, every day, every minute. And it doesn't matter if you can find a reason right now. Keep going till you find that reason, and then that reason will do its job after. It's not easy. No one ever claimed for it to be. But together we can at least make it a little bit easier. Like I said, in unity there's strength, and a problem shared is a problem halved. It's a lot less lonely talking about it than dealing with it alone. It's heavy. We weren't meant to deal with stuff like this alone. So take care of you, Say no to anything that doesn't bring you peace, because nothing is worth your peace, and take care.